Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. And an innocent man has been stabbed to death in Uxbridge by an Afghan immigrant who came to the UK illegally on the back of a lorry in 2020, and then he was granted indefinite leave to remain in the UK on his asylum basis in 2022. So within 2 years, this guy was given indefinite leave to remain in the UK. And what this guy does, literally within 2 years, he goes and he murder innocent man, and he did try to attack few others while he was on his murdering spree. It was good that a lot of people intervened to stop that guy. There was a child, 14-year-old child, and a 45-year-old man who was also, well, they were injured because he did try to stab them, but they were injured, but they were saved when the people intervened. So it's very sad that today an innocent man who just went out to walk his dog, and he was stabbed to death by this Afghani migrant who came to the UK. Let me repeat that: who came to the UK illegally. And this is what I've been talking about since a very long time. And for that, I've been called a racist. I've been to prison, well, not prison, but custody. I've been locked up by the police for being a racist, for saying having my views. But a lot of people don't understand this. That as a Pakistani, Pakistan shares a border with Afghanistan. So the experience that I have got, the things that I know about the Afghan people, people in the UK will never ever know. Because as I said, I've never lived in Pakistan, but I've got a lot of family who live in Pakistan or who used to live in Pakistan. Even when they used to talk about Afghanis who used to migrate to or illegally turn up to Pakistan, they used to get deported, no question asked. Legally or illegally, if there was an Afghan in Pakistan, especially in Karachi, these people were getting deported left, right, and center. And they still are getting deported. They don't have to be legal, illegal. They don't need to commit a crime. Pakistan, a hellhole like Pakistan, does not want Afghanis in their country. And here we are in the UK, that these people just turn up illegally. If you're turning up illegally in the UK, you are a criminal. So, in my eyes, this guy was a criminal before he even got to the UK, because he got to the UK illegally on a back of a lorry. And when I see the people on the side of politics where they go and they say, oh, all refugees are welcome. For me, refugees and asylum seekers should only be women and children. Men should not be allowed to claim refugee or claim asylum in the UK. They shouldn't be, because these are the same men who come through many different safe countries in Europe, but they decide to turn up to the UK. Like I said, it's the incompetency of the Home Office, where they have given a criminal indefinite leave to remain within him being 2 years in the country. And for me, it's something so close to me, because I've been in the UK since 2008. Obviously, I've always been in the country legally. I came through Heathrow Airport. I came as a student. Then I went back to Saudi Arabia. I worked there for a bit. Then I came back again as a student, 2016, 2017, to complete my master's degree. And then I went back to Saudi Arabia. And then I came back. And since then, I've been working. Since 2018, I've been working. So now that I'm in a position where I've been waiting for the Home Office to get back to me to let me know what is actually happening with my visa extension, which they haven't gotten back to me. But I have very recently received an email from the Home Office, and in which they have they have explained to me that they are taking a lot longer than what they would take normally. So normally it's anywhere the decision you get a decision anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks. So it's 1.5 to 2 months they usually take. It's been 3 months. It's coming up to 3.5 months now, and they haven't gotten back to me. And I have been sending them emails nonstop. And when they replied to me recently, they literally told me, "You need to stop sending us email." Like literally, that's all they said. So Tiger, I'll share that screenshot of my of what I received from the Home Office, and just a second. So this is what I received from the Home Office, and that's the reference number. And they were like, "Thank you for your recent email. I can confirm we have received." It was the application. I think it was the reference. That's why I had to highlight it as requested. We are unable to make a decision on your application within published visa processing times. So as I said, it was anywhere between 6 weeks to 8 weeks, which is 1.5 to 2 months. It's been it's been 1.5 months longer, and they still haven't told me anything. So they have literally taken a lot longer than what they would usually take. And now they've also said to me, if you read this right at the bottom, do not contact UK Visa and Immigration, we will contact you if we require more information. So even now they've said to me that we're not going to get in touch with you when we grant you a visa or we extend your visa or whatever it is the decision that they come back with. They are hoping to ask for more information. And like I said, if I was new in the country, if I was somebody who just arrived in the country even a couple of years ago, so they might not have the background they required on me. I've been here since 2018 and I never left the country since 2018. So I've been here more than 5, 6 years now. And for them to say, oh, you know what, we need to find out more. I know what it is. It's all the Muslim community reporting me to the police, to the Home Office, to the Pakistani embassy, where I had a block on my passport, which again I had to make a lot of calls to the Pakistani embassy, need to speak to a lot of people that I would normally wouldn't speak to, and I had to ask them to unblock my Pakistani passport so I could get the extension on my British visa. And literally nothing. It was very hard, but I managed to do it. But now the problem that I've got now that there are a lot of Muslims that I've seen in the mosques that I've known, they work for the Home Office directly, and I do believe 100% they do have a say in what happened to my application. But obviously, because I'm not a criminal, I haven't committed a crime in the UK. I have been in the country since 2018. But if you go back to 2008, I have been in the country as a student since 2008. But then I don't have a criminal record. I've never ever stayed illegally or overstayed my visa. I've always left the country well beyond my visa expiration was due. So they can't find a reason to reject my visa. So what they are trying to do, which I believe now, so this is just my opinion, and this is what I think is going on. So what's going on right now? They're holding on my application because I am due to go to the police station on the 30th of November, which is 1 month from today, where the CPS will be looking to charge me on a hate crime, which is against my own community, which means saying the things that I'm saying today, that, Afghan, if the illegal Afghanis are coming to the UK, they are criminals because they come in illegally. I don't care what anybody have to say. This is in the book. If you come to the country illegally, you are committing a crime by entering the country illegally. And if you do care about claiming asylum, why don't you claim asylum on the numerous safe countries that you pass through? Why don't you do that? Like nobody been able to answer that question. They come through Europe. A lot of Europe is safe. They've got all the France, they've got Italy, they've got Spain. But for some reason, they just all end up here. And not only they all end up here, for some reason, again, they do get their visa granted. So this guy, this Afghan criminal, this migrant who came to the UK for nothing but chaos, which he have caused chaos for what he's been here 5 years, and this is what they've done. And while the police is busy arresting the patriots, busy arresting people for hurting words online, right? While the police and the prevent is busy looking into people like me, and while we have the Home Office trying to do everything in their power to make sure that I don't get the visa that I would have been on a normal occasion would have gotten it anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks. So I'm not getting that, and that is only because the things that I say that I have been saying, and somehow I believe the Home Office find me uh, dangerous because I am here exposing the problem that happened within the Pakistani community, within the Muslim community, the things that they do, they get away with in the name of Islamophobia, in the name of racism. And I thought they will never be able to call me a racist because I'm a Pakistani. But unfortunately, I have been locked up. I'm sure a lot of people know by now that I was they put me in custody for 15 hours, which is a prison cell, but it's not the main prison cell, it's before. But I was arrested. For some reason, they thought I was so dangerous and I deemed such a risk that they had to put me in prison while they carry on their task. And I know it's a normal practice, but I just didn't see a reason for them to just put me in prison for 15 years. And I think I will never ever forgive them for that. It did happen in January. But then I had counterterrorism police turn up to my house. I have been harassed by the police. I got numerous calls by the police asking me for my password to my ex account because they want to look into something. My ex account is an open account. Anybody can see it. Anything that I do, I say, or I like, you can see everything that I do. But even then, the police wanted my ex account and they've been harassing me for the last couple of months now. They still have my phone, my cell phone, they've got it. So yes, it's very unfortunate that the Home Office think that it is acceptable and it's okay for them to go after someone like me. And I don't mind if they want to do their due diligence and they want to find out more about me. I don't mind that. But that will only make sense if I was someone who just arrived in the country or I've only been here for for a couple of months or a few years. But like I said, I've been here since 2008. My whole history, all my records when I lived in Saudi Arabia, as well as I've been living in the UK, they got everything. They literally have everything. When they are given indefinite leave to remain to criminals who come to the UK legally, then I don't know what it is that I've done. I've never committed a crime. I've always been living in the UK by the books and the law of the UK. So I don't have as much as a speeding ticket. So for them to do this to me now, like I've showed you the screenshot of the email that I've recently received. So yeah, it's very crazy, and I'm very very annoyed that this has happened. That an innocent man has lost his life. A father has lost his life. His family, Wayne's family, his name was Wayne, and he was 49 years old. His family and the community in Uxbridge, they're very sad. And I know this because Uxbridge, for me, Uxbridge holds a very close, Uxbridge is very close to my heart because I went to Brunel University. So I do love Uxbridge. In a way, I did grew up in Uxbridge because I went to Brunel University. I used to live in the university. And where this incident took place, where this guy was this migrant, this Afghan, I will still call him a criminal because he came to the country illegally. So this criminal has murdered an innocent man. That place was 7 minutes away from my Brunel University, where I used to go, and I went there in between 2010 and 2015. So I have spent 5 years of my life as growing up in Uxbridge. So it used to be a very safe place. We used to go out. We never used to come back from central London up until 3 a.m., sometimes 4 a.m., and it was always very safe. We used to walk on these streets. It was very safe, but things have changed. And things have changed because I think it's the incompetency of the Home Office that they literally are, at this point, I feel like they're just giving out indefinite leave to remain in the UK to these criminals, just like giving out candies. But unfortunately, someone like me who came in legally, I'm just literally still waiting for my visa or whatever decision they're going to make. But yeah, it's not looking very good because I feel like right now I am not only dealing with the Muslim community where I get the death threats from these Bengalis and Pakistanis, but I'm also now dealing with the police as well as the Home Office. I feel like literally I'm fighting everybody right now. Like, I've got a battle going on, but it's with everybody. It's not only the Muslim community or the Bengalis or the Pakistanis, but it's also now with the Home Office, with the government of the UK. And my crime was that I highlighted these Pakistani grooming gangs. This is all I've done. But this was the statement given out by the Home Office, and this is to do with in regards to that Afghan criminal who have murdered an innocent man. And the Home Office confirmed the suspect entered the UK in a lorry in November 2020, so illegally, basically. He came in the back of the lorry illegally and was granted asylum and leave to remain in 2022. So there you go, guys. The Home Office have just confirmed that they have acknowledged and they know, yes, this guy, we are the ones who've given him indefinite leave to remain in the UK. So now at this point now, when people are talking about we've got these criminals who are foreign criminals, he's in my eyes, he came here illegally, so he shouldn't have been given the indefinite leave to remain, but he was given indefinite leave to remain, which means now they cannot even deport him from the UK. So he is now a foreign criminal, is now the UK's responsibility. Like so many other criminals that the UK have got now, the foreign criminals, they have become somehow UK's responsibility, which means the taxpayers of the UK will be paying for this guy for being in prison. So you can't deport this guy. This is very much you're talking about a British citizen here. He's not going to go anywhere. And how unfortunate is that? That while the whole country is suffering right now, you've got people like these, criminals like these, that will be looked after by the taxpayers' money, by the people who've been working hard. And one of them people was this guy, Wayne. Wayne was 49 and he was murdered. He was an innocent guy. He was murdered by this Afghan criminal. He was just out walking his dog. So like it is very sad. It is very, very sad. His family, obviously, when these things happen out of the blue, it gets really sad. Even I don't even have words. I don't even know what to say. But what I will say, that I've been speaking against the Afghani illegal criminals that come through. They come who come here illegally. They are criminals. There's no question about it. And majority, when I talk about it, I won't say all Afghans are bad. But when I talk about the Afghans who come here illegally, all of them are criminals. As simple as that. If you come here illegally, regardless you're Afghan, Pakistani, Bengali, or anybody else, if you come to the country illegally, you are a criminal. Simple as that. There's no question about it. But other than that, as I said, my views are different. I have been out since last year and a half, where I used to speak with people who used to say, "Oh, we want to welcome everybody. We want to welcome the refugees coming in from Afghanistan." And I used to speak to them and I used to say to them, "Look, how is it that you can say that these people are okay? These people got no record. These people don't come in here telling you what their criminal history is, or were they in a gang? Were they in one of the groups? Like you don't know what their whole reason is to come into the UK. It can't be about, oh, we want to have a safe life. But if you want to have a safe life, you could have stayed anywhere in the Europe. But unfortunately, what we're seeing now, it's very dangerous. I believe it's very dangerous what's happening right now. And as I said, I have been speaking against illegal immigrants coming in, or even these asylum seekers, because for me, the only people who should be allowed to claim asylum are women and children. But when you see these men just turning up illegally, I just think they're just criminals and they should be deported straight away. They shouldn't be allowed to do anything. Put them back in those dinghies and however way in those lorries that they come in, and send them back. As simple as that. But when I said that to some of the people when I was out, so these are some of the screenshots that have been sent by somebody, and this was a long time ago. I think it was last year. And these are the screenshots that was sent to me by somebody, and this is what they were saying about me. So this is what they said. They said, "Keep their Nazi scum off our streets. This racist scumbag really made me angry today, saying people from Afghanistan are dangerous." So that was me. Yeah, that was me. And then there was another screenshot which says, "This racist scumbag made me so angry today. Came over from his far right buddies to film saying people from Afghanistan are dangerous. I lost my temper with him." And she did. She did lost her temper with me because I kept on questioning her. She was asking me stupid questions, and I just kept telling her, "Look, I'm a Pakistani. I have shared a border, like Pakistan shared a border with Afghanistan. So I am sure that I would know better about Afghanistanis than you would know, because you live in the Wales. You don't. I don't even know if you've been to Pakistan." And she said to me she has never been to Pakistan. So whatever she was saying, it's something that she probably been brainwashed by the Muslim community, saying, "Oh, we need to welcome these Afghanis. They need to come here." And it's just crazy. So I do have that video, and before I go, I'm going to play that video, and this is the video.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, you can ask me anything. You can ask me.
Okay, so what's your opinion about
So my
this
opinion is nobody
Because you
should
just
die.
said Afghanis were dangerous, love.
Yeah, I just said Afghanis were dangerous in Pakistan because I'm a Pakistani and lived there. Have you lived in Pakistan?
Do I look like I lived in Pakistan?
It doesn't matter.
Does
Do I
that,
look
does
like
that
I'm from the UK?
excuse being racist?
How is that racist?
Because you just labelled Afghanistans as dangerous.
Yeah, well, I say, yeah, most of them, not all of them, but yeah.
But how can you say that?
From experience. How else?
Through experience.
Yeah,
I could say the same about you.
Well, there we go then.
But I
Are
don't
you not
judge
racist?
people, love.
Well, I'm not
Well,
judging
you just
anything.
said Afghanistan
I'm
people
not
were
judging
fucking dangerous.
Well, don't need to
Make
swear.
up your mind. How
I
are
have
they
made it.
dangerous? How are they dangerous? Tell me how are they dangerous?
You're recording all of it, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
No,
Tell
it's
me
fine.
how they're dangerous.
I'm
Because
not
that
saying
is what you just said is racist, okay?
Yeah, can you please
What you
calm
just
down?
said is racist.
How is it racist?
Because you just said people from Afghanistan are dangerous.
Yeah, I said most of them, not all of them, but
How
yeah.
can you-
And
How can you say that?
well, that is my opinion.
How?
What do you mean how? From experience. I just literally
Yeah,
told you.
explain your experience then.
My experience, I just said that, I have had very bad experience with Afghan people. That's it.
Yeah, and how?
Pakistan shares a land border with Afghanistan, so your opinion might be,
Yeah, but how can you say they're dangerous?
Why can't I? Yeah, thank you.
You just said Afghanistan people are dangerous.
I'm sure you
How
heard
is
what
that
I
not
said.
racist?
Right, okay.
I said most of them are from experiences they are dangerous.
Where are you from,
Right.
mate?
Pakistan.
Let's calm it,
Yeah.
let's
A
calm
racist
down.
from Pakistan?
You don't know much about history, do you?
No, he doesn't, does
I don't
he?
need to know history. I'm here
Right.
today.
You don't need to know
No, I'm
history, do
here
you?
today.
Listen, hold me a
Yeah,
second.
sure.
Guys, do you want to go back to the program?
So yeah, there you go. That lady just said to me, "Oh, we have seen a Pakistani, no, a racist from Pakistan." And there was another guy trying to lecture me on my history, and I was like, "Look, I'm not going to get into that. This is my experience, and I'm just letting you know." But yeah, unfortunately, you can see the first thing she did, call the police and tell the police, "Oh, you know what, this guy's being racist," hoping that the police. I thank God the police they were not woke. Otherwise, they probably would have arrested me for being a racist, which they did obviously a couple of months later on. But yeah. So yeah, this is it. for today's video. And as I said, it's a very sad thing that is going on right now in the UK because for me, I like I try my best, but I am losing hope slowly. I feel like I am coming to a point where I'm just always very upset. I'm always very sad. I'm always thinking what's going to happen, what's going to be the future. So will it going to be me being in the country for almost 10 years? What's going to happen? I'm just going to go. Are they going to just they can't deport me? Obviously, I know that, but they have done a very good job in making my life hell because since I've lost my job in October last year, or almost 1 year ago, I haven't been able to work because everywhere I've been, any interviews that I've done, they've always told me because of my political views, they won't hire me because they were worried that these people who have different of opinions, of different political views than mine, who we call them as lefties as well. So these guys will turn up outside because they have made an announcement that anybody who hires me, that the moment they find out that there's a company who have hired me, that they will turn up to that company. And I used to think, how would they know? Who's going to tell them? But unfortunately, when I've got the whole Swansea Council against me, they've got my address, they know where I live, they've got basically, they do have the whole system where they can check what I'm doing, what I'm getting up to. So, and I think that was very hard for me to believe because if I wouldn't have been through what I've been through with the Swansea Council, when I used to work for the Swansea Council, how they fired me, telling me that I'm a racist, while they have councillors who lead the pro-Pelly hateful marches literally every single day in Swansea. When they've got doing that, but they expected me, not to do what I believed in, and it was very crazy. And like I said, it's been 1 year now. Even the council have emailed me numerous times, letting me know that I need to stop applying for jobs because what I do, I still keep applying for jobs in Swansea Council. So the HR have got back to me and they said to me, you know what, you need to stop. We are not going to hire you. We just letting you know, plain and simple. We're not going to hire you because of your political views. And I thought that was a bit discrimination. That is discrimination, that you don't want to hire me because of not my qualification or my experience or the fact that I've actually worked in at the council. You don't want to hire me because of my political views, while you have councillors who are running pro-Pelly hateful marches where they go out every single week and call every white person that they see who do not agree with them a Nazi, a fascist, a racist, and all these things. But that is fine. I don't even call anybody a racist or anything. I just literally go out there, and as you've seen in the video, they were actually swearing. They were swearing to me, and they were saying just not normal things. They don't want to have a debate. They don't want to talk. But the moment you try to prove your point, and the moment you do prove your point, they turn around. They start looking for the police, or where the police. Let us call the police. So yeah, it is crazy what has happened, but it's very unfortunate that I had to make this video today. And that was in regards to Wayne, this man who lost his life, an innocent man who lost his life. And let's see what happens now. Let's see what are other things going to come out, because people are still not clear why is it that this Afghan migrant have attacked this man, because a lot of people have said in a lot of interviews where this man just was walking his dog. Wayne was just walking his dog, and all of a sudden he just got attacked. I'm not sure if people have seen the video. I have seen the video. It's not a good video. The way he got attacked, the way he got stabbed, it's inhumane. It's very inhuman, and I just cannot. And I would never ever agree that somebody can just pick up a knife one day and be like, you know what, I'm going to go and start killing people. I'm going to start stabbing people, see what happens. It doesn't work that way. There have to be a history. There have to be a very big reason for somebody to pick up their knife. And in this case, I believe that this Afghan illegal migrant who came to the country illegally and now given the indefinite leave to remain in the UK must have had some sort of criminal history back in Afghanistan, and that's probably what he was running away from. Maybe he was getting prosecuted in his own country, and he thought the easiest way for me to is just to run to UK, claim asylum there, and just start a new life over again. But once a criminal, always a criminal, unfortunately, and this is the case which I believe people need to take, and people need to take it to the Home Office. They need to start emailing the Home Office that how is it that you letting these illegal criminals come to the UK who've got no paperwork? You just don't know where these people are coming from. So unfortunately, it's a very sad time. Don't know what's going to happen in the UK, but it's not looking very good. Like I said, I try to keep as strong as I can, but unfortunately, I am somewhere starting to lose hope a little bit, slowly. But I feel like I am losing hope, and it's not good. It's not very good. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and do comment. Let me know what you think about this video. I think this is the longest video that I've done in a very long time, 25 minutes. Wow. So yeah, I better go. Take care, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. Thank you.